Hey everybody, how's it going out there? In my last video, if I post these in the right order, I made a comment about I was curious um, how everybody out there takes care of their collection. I mean, to what extent do you go? I've had some people tell me that I probably go a little overboard, but the way I see it, you know what? I spent a lot of money through the years, and there's a lot of stuff out there that's very rare. And I'm curious, what does everybody do to protect their stuff? You know, um, I kind of cringe when I watch videos of people that buy like picture sleeves. Okay, and some of them are getting rather difficult to find. You know what I mean? But they just take them and shove the records back in them. Excuse me. And I don't know. I guess it's the collector in me that I cringe about. But like, just as an example, I just took one box of my 45s. Like here, this is the John Lennon Mother picture sleeve. Okay, and this is one of the hardest John Lennon ones to get. And just the cost alone is over $100 just for this one sleeve. So me, I go the one step further, and not only is it in, I know a lot of people don't like these resealable plastic, but I also have a cardboard insert so the sleeve doesn't bend. Okay, plus I put the record on the back with the B side, because of different label variations, and so forth and so on. Excuse me, so I could keep track. But all my 45s, whether they're in picture sleeves or apple sleeves like this one, okay, that's just me. It's a cardboard insert that's in the back. You know, that way too, if I want to sit down and I want to go through just to look, at what I have and, enjoy it, I'm not doing any damage to anything, you know. So, I also, beyond that, I go one step further, and my storage system for my 45s, my albums, my CDs, I have all these plastic corrugated cardboard boxes. And it's not regular cardboard, it is actually plastic coated. They're a little bit more expensive, but in the long run, they're nice because you can stack them. Like the album boxes, you can stack 3 high. And I know a lot of people have those shelving units. I don't have the room in here for those. So that being said, I have mine in boxes like this. They make CD boxes that your CDs will fit in. Okay, but I mean it's just more than that. Here we take this because somebody brought this up, and it's the Beatles singles collection. And what I did with this is I took an album, a regular album sleeve, like this, just a regular one, and I modified it. So, it's like wrapping a Christmas present. It's taped there, but display wise, it's here. And I don't have, I'm not tearing the box up, I guess, every time I go to clean or every time I want to handle it or, show it off. I did that with all 4 of my boxes up here, the cassettes, the albums, the EPs, and the singles. And it's not just, not just these. Anything cardboard box wise. Magic Chemistry Tour, newer, deluxe, DVD set. I did the same thing. Is that a little extensive? It might be. Okay. I guess it depends on the individual, but I'm just very curious what everybody does. Then you get into some like original, some older stuff like this Beatles binder. And it's the same thing. Now, that's the other thing. You can see how dirty and nasty this plastic is. This is why I changed everything to the crystal clear ones. Because these don't fade like these do over time. And all my vinyl, my albums, I think through all the years I've been collecting Beatles albums, I've changed them 3 times. So when you look at the cost, it ends up costing more to replace it than it does to put out the initial cost and get the crystal clear sleeves. And now they make the crystal clear ones, okay, you know, these, where they don't have the resealable strip. They're just open, if that's what you prefer. But this is a box set sleeve. Yeah, they make box set sleeves. And I just modified it because this is the part that gets displayed. I also, if you look in there, there's a cardboard box. And the reason that cardboard box is in there is to keep the shape of the binder. Because if it's not in there, what happens is the binder ends up bowing like this. And I don't know, it's just one of those things. I guess call me the Sheldon Cooper of collecting. I don't know. But there's so much stuff out there. And I'm just, you know, like I said, I'm very curious, you know. I repurposed a Beatles tote bag for this specific reason. You know, I keep all my supplies in it, like, you know, resealable sleeves and comic bags. I have them for magazines. You know, these are the box set sleeves. These come strictly in regular plastic, but these are nice for bigger items. You know, not only box sets. I have paper sleeves, and I mean, it goes so far 45 plastic sleeves. I have, somebody asked about CD digipacks. Excuse me for 1 second. And here's the McCartney Amoeba Gig cardboard digipack. And it's in these resealable CD sleeves. They fit perfect. The only thing you might have to do, depending on which ones you buy, is cut the flap down a little bit. And boom, there, your CD's good to go. I have all my digipacks in these. You know, so you kind of get the gist of where I'm coming from. You know, they make things for everything, you know. I was talking about the cardboard inserts that I have in my picture sleeves, and this is what they are. It's acid free, won't affect anything, but it totally, you know, it's the collector in me. I don't know how else to explain it, but I was just curious, you know, what you guys do. You know, I see a lot of videos out there, and, you know, you see the stuff that's sitting behind them, but you don't really, you know, see everything. You know, the other thing I do is these are Riker cases. Okay, and these do a really good job of protecting stuff. You know, smaller things when you don't have a lot of space. Robert P. left a comment on one of my videos about that you like seeing what other people collect, but you were wondering where we put all this stuff. Trust me, I repurpose tons of things. You know, but yeah, I have piles of these just to keep all of the little stuff in, because you really don't have any other way to display it. And these are fairly inexpensive. You can get them like $7-8 a piece. But to me, it's for the peace of mind. You know, it's me, I guess, saving the Beatles collection one item at a time. You know, but it even goes beyond that. Back, excuse me, back in the day, years ago, you used to be able to walk into a hardware store and just buy plastic window film. And I'm not talking the shrinkable, you know, blow dryer stuff. I'm talking just like painter's drop cloths. And they were crystal clear. And I used to go and buy rolls of it because it was cheap. And what we would do is we would use them to cover displays like this one. It's my Wings Back to the Egg. It's a 3D type display. Sits on the shelf. But it's so fragile and it doesn't stay together very well. So years ago, got a piece of cardboard, I cut it, and I put it in plastic. And through the years, the plastic's gotten cloudy and everything, so it needs to be replaced. But you can't get crystal clear plastic anymore. It's all opaque. So you have to, you know, I have to step up and buy a different type, you know, which I found through the guy that runs the museum at the Beatles convention in Chicago. But I showed this. That's the plastic this is in. Okay, it's crystal clear. It's heavyweight. Some of these things are worth a ton of money, you know, and I want to display them. You know, I have a lot of promo stuff, so I'd like to get the promo stuff on the walls and get the store-bought posters put away. So to protect them, because I'm not going to put thumbtacks through them, what I did was I went and got command strips, but I got the Velcro ones. And that way, when I swap posters out, which I do maybe once a year, it's just an easy system. Pull them off, put them on. I don't have to hang nails on poster frames. I don't have to do any of that stuff. So for the money I spent on the roll of plastic, it comes out to like 25 feet, I think. So I can do 25 posters on that roll of plastic. And go into your local stores and stuff. You can get the cardboard. You can get all kinds of hangers. In one of my earlier videos, I showed my cassettes. And there was I had these plastic hangers. In fact, I have one right here. These came from a grocery store. I think, and I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but Record Crate, he goes by the name Record Crate, asked me about these for his store. You know what? Go to a gas station, go to a grocery store. They all have them. I'm sure they'll give them to you. That's how I got mine. You know, my brother actually got them. And like I said, I repurpose them. All my cassette singles and stuff are hanging on these, on little, you know, various places in my room. You know? But, I mean, I know most everybody uses plastic sleeves for their albums. I'm just curious if anybody goes any further than that. You know, what do you do to protect your stuff? You know, that's the extent. For me, I mean, it's a little crazy. It can get a little pricey, but you got to remember too, I didn't buy it all at once. It was all through the years, and as we find something different, we change. You know. So, but hey, if you got any views on this, or you got any ideas, leave a comment. I'd love to hear them, love to read them. And with that, you guys have a great day. Till next time.